When Don Felder joined the Eagles in 1974, he reshaped their sound with his signature rock influence and unforgettable guitar work. His contribution to Hotel California cemented him as a vital part of the band's success. Yet behind the harmony, a deep imbalance existed. Glenn Frey and Don Henley controlled decisions, finances, and creative direction. Felder's questions about fairness were seen as rebellion. In 2001, after years of quiet tension, he was abruptly fired via fax, a cold ending to nearly 3 decades of dedication and artistry. The legal battle and the truth untold Felder's dismissal led to a fierce legal battle. He sued Henley and Frey for breach of contract and unfair profit distribution, exposing the power struggles inside one of America's biggest bands. The case revealed that the Eagles functioned more like a corporation than a collective of artists. While Henley and Frey retained control, Felder was cast out and labeled difficult. The lawsuit settled in 2007, but for Felder, the fight wasn't about money. It was about recognition. He wanted his name remembered as an equal architect of the Eagles' legacy. Heaven and Hell, Breaking the Silence. In 2008, Felder released Heaven and Hell, My Life in the Eagles, 1974 to 2001, a memoir that told his side of the story. Written with honesty and pain, the book detailed years of control, exclusion, and emotional exhaustion. It sparked controversy, with Henley's camp attempting to suppress parts of it, but Felder stood firm. He admitted his own flaws, acknowledging anger and burnout, making the book not a revenge piece, but a confession. Heaven and Hell became both a historical document and a lesson on how fame can corrupt collaboration and silence dissent. Reclaiming his music and identity. After leaving the Eagles, Felder built a new chapter on his own terms. His 2012 album Road to Forever and 2019's American Rock and Roll proved he could thrive without the band's shadow. Collaborating with legends like Slash and Mick Fleetwood, Felder showed he was still respected among peers. In 2025, he released The Vault, 50 Years of Music, a personal anthology spanning decades of creativity. These works reminded audiences that his artistry wasn't confined to one band or one song. It was the essence of a lifelong devotion to music. Peace, forgiveness, and growth. With age came perspective. Felder no longer carries anger toward Henley or the late Glenn Frey. He calls his firing a blessing, a painful but necessary step toward self-discovery. Through interviews and seminars, he now speaks about creative independence, mental resilience, and forgiveness, not as approval of the past, but as liberation from it. He teaches young musicians how to survive rejection and remain authentic in a world driven by ego and power. Felder's peace is quiet but powerful, rooted in the choice to live, create, and let go. The legacy of an unsung hero. Though his name is often overshadowed, Don Felder's fingerprints are on one of rock's greatest anthems, Hotel California. The iconic solo he composed in his Malibu home remains a cornerstone of music history. Today, he still performs it faithfully, honoring the fans and the song's timeless beauty. He doesn't seek an apology or reunion. His legacy lives through his music and integrity. At 77, Felder stands as proof that real artistry doesn't depend on recognition. It endures through truth, resilience, and the sound of one man's unbroken guitar.